Hello, everyone. My name is Jason, your host for JS Venture Podcast, all about EV and road trip. Thanks for coming back for this episode. So today, actually, before I talk about it, I got an upgrade for my microphone. Got a Rode microphone upgrade. So hopefully, sound will be a little better. Okay, so this episode we'll be talking about buying an electric vehicle and our experience. So we got our Bolt EUV 2023 at San Jose Capital, the dealer over there. I have a really nice experience there. But before you head out and buy an EV, there's a couple of things that you should think about. One major cutoff, the two paths would be Tesla versus non-Tesla. So Tesla, very established brand for EV, the forerunner. Don't have to talk too much about it. Has a great infrastructure for supercharging. But more pricey compared to, there's a cheaper option for non-Tesla car like the Chevy Bolt EUV and EV that I got. The reason I got the non-Tesla, of course, price is one of the selling points. The other one is I don't like to get locked in with Tesla. I don't like big companies like that, like Apple. I don't like Apple and things like that. Get locked to their ecosystem. So yeah, I like Android and all the these kind of things. Anyway, so once you decide if you want to go with Tesla or non-Tesla, then there's a couple of things, different brand that makes these EV. Price point is one. The other one would be ranges. There's a thing called range anxiety for electric vehicle. Like you don't know when is it going to be the next charging station. You worry about running out of battery in the middle of the road trip. So you want to find an electric vehicle that had enough range for your use. In the early days, like Nissan Leaf, the ranges are like in the 100-mile. But nowadays, a lot of the EV are in the 250-mile ranges. Some even go as long as 300 miles or 400-mile ranges. The one I got, Bolt EUV 2023, has 247-mile ranges, and it's enough for my use, for my commute. Yeah, so the next thing we'll be talking about different things that you want to add to your car. Do you want self-driving? I like Super Cruise, which is the self-driving in the Bolt EV series. Hands-free, they'll drive for you, and yeah. Another thing to consider is the charging speed for the electric car. Bolt EUV is known for its very slow charging speed. It uses like an old architecture for charging, only 50 kilowatt an hour, compared to the Tesla. It can go up to like 150 or 200, or it's not even Hyundai Ioniq 5 goes like 300 or something kilowatt per hour. So charging speed is important when you go on a road trip, because you don't want to stop for a long time. But for like daily commute, doesn't really matter because you charge when you sleep anyway. Another thing to consider is free charging credits. For Tesla, if you buy the car before 2018, you get lifetime charging at the supercharging, the fast charge. After that, you have to pay if you buy the car after that. Some company like the Volkswagen or BMW, Volkswagen ID4 give like a couple years of free charging at like Electric America or something. The one at Chevy give you option for $500 charging credit for EVgo or ChargePoint versus getting a home installation. So after you decide on what cars you want, then you should compare prices for the car. Different dealers have different prices, vastly different prices. There's a thing after COVID, it's very hard to obtain a component for cars, and the demand is very high and not enough supply. So they add on a thing called the market adjustment, which is like an inflation for the car, just extra attack on prices. You can go up from like 1,000 to, I heard, like over $10,000 for a very popular model of car. So definitely you should look out for that. But I would suggest getting the car at MSRP, the market, the manufacturer recommended price, instead of paying these extra money, unless you really need the car really soon, or there's certain aspects of the car that you can only find in that dealer. So I did get my car without any markups. I was lucky, fortunate for that. But certain color at some places that I've been looking at, like blue costs $5,000 extra at certain dealership, red costs $2,000. It's all like arbitrary, crazy. So after you compare different prices, found the car that you want on a lot, you can go call the dealer or email them, and then they usually get back really fast. Just a couple hours later, they'll call you and ask you for information and give you a quote on the price. You should ask for out the door OTP ATD, out the door price. So that's after tax, registration, everything. What's the final price? That's what you're looking at. There's a lot of manufacturer dealership add-on as well that could be tacked on. Like my car has these illuminated port that's cost $500, but the dealer installed it and you have to pay for it. Things like that. Or like all-weather floor mat that's in there, the $100, which is like kind of overpriced if you compare it to like Walmart or anything like that. But they add it on just to get profit from it. Since some dealerships don't have these markups, so they use these add-on to make up for their revenue. Yeah, so the other option besides going to dealer would be ordering directly from the manufacturer, for example, Chevy, but Tesla would be like ordering always directly from Tesla. So yeah, so you can order online and custom build whatever specification that you want. You want the Super Drive, Super Cruise, or you want the sunroof, or you want a Boss audio system, things like that. Because to find exact specification that you want, you can click through the online checkbox to filter down in the dealership that you have, but somewhere like 100 miles away, 200 miles away, other states. Yeah, if you want exactly the color, everything that you want, then you can order from the dealer, the manufacturer directly. But there's a caveat: it takes a long time for them to accept the order and to make the car. And I have reading some Reddit, other people ordering it. It takes like 6 to 8 months to get the car they want. Some are still waiting, so it's crazy. Just to talk about a little bit about 2023 beginning, there's a new federal tax law for the rebate, $7,500 for electric vehicle for including Chevy. So that enacted in January 1st, 2023. So this car is very popular because everybody wants to get that price cut starting January. So, and it only goes until March. After March, there might be a decrease in the value of rebate. So everybody's trying to get it before March. That's why there's a great shortage for the car I bought. Okay, so next I will talk about car tax. Don't think about going to Oregon where states are free tax and buy car there if you don't live in those states. If you live in California, your tax is tied to your county that you live in. So it doesn't matter if you buy in San Francisco, San Diego, but if you live in Fresno, you pay tax for your home address. So it doesn't matter where you buy it, okay? Yeah, so after finding the car you want, you test drive it, of course. Check it out, acceleration, turns, make sure everything fits what you want, make sure all the electric components working, wind wiper, honk, lights, make sure everything's working, no scratch or dent on car, do a full inspection. And after you buy the car, they do a cleaning, waxing everything to make it look shiny afterwards. Yeah, and before you head out, make sure you ask the dealer to help you charge the car so you get some juice. When I bought my car, there's too many people that day. When I buy the car, there's not enough time for them charges. So at the end of the day, they let me plug into this level 1 super slow, just enough juice for me to get to a charging station nearby. Yeah, so just to share about my experience. So when I got there, I know there's going to be a lot of people getting the car model I want because of January 1st new tax federal rebate. So when I got there 15 minutes late because of rain and traffic, there's already like 40 to 50 people in front of me, like family and stuff. So there's a wait list. You have to put down like a restaurant, and then they finally called me in there. But I was lucky. I was not too long of a wait. A lot of people, there's like 15 agents, they said, that's helping with the car selling. So maybe I was the 16th or 17th. That was pretty quick. I got lucky. People just finished buying, and I was the next one up. So yeah, the car I want, I already researched, I already talked to them, so I showed them the model and everything. They found it, and then it's still in stock. I was lucky. No one bought it yet. So yeah, the paperwork was pretty quick. You fill all the basic information. There's some like Costco rebate when I buy it, and then the first responder rebate. So got like a couple $1,000 off after that. Then I went test drive, love it, come back, and they'll put me to the financial department where they do the final paying and asking you about insurance and coverage and things like that. So talking about insurance, there's a different kind of insurance as well. I'm not gonna go into super detail, but I did get the tire insurance. It's like $400 for like a couple of years. So if there's any pop in tire, they'll just replace it for free, which I think is worth it because tire costs like pretty expensive for each one anyway. The other would be like a bumper to bumper insurance. This kind of, I've been reading a lot about it. There's like two camps. People think it's a waste of money, and people who think it's really good. I end up getting a good deal after talking to them. They were able to give me 10-year coverage and 100,000 over 100,000 mile for a good deal, basically. So bumper to bumper, anything that failed, there's no deductible. They'll just fix it. Yeah. So because it's an electronic car, there's a lot of things that can gone wrong in the electric component, and those are very expensive to fix. Not the normal like auto shop usually cannot handle these kind of electric car. I had to go to the dealer basically. So that's why I got it. Yeah. Yep, that's our experience for buying our first electric vehicle. As I mentioned in the last episode, I absolutely love my electric vehicle. It saves a lot of money on gas if you charge at home, and it's a joy to drive. Super fast acceleration, 200 horsepower, sports mode. It's fun. Yeah. Well, thanks for listening to this episode. In the next episode, I'll probably talk more about home charging, a different level of charging. And yeah, okay, I'll see you guys next time then. Bye.